Hello, I'm Anirjit and welcome to another episode of this new series where we talk about influential cars by car makers which have shaped the history of automobiles in this country. This week we have Mahindra & Mahindra. The famous M&M was first registered as Mahindra & Mohammed and later changed their name to Mahindra & Mahindra after independence. But their first stint was not automobiles. It was trading steel, and this was 2 years before independence on 1945. Later on, they got the license to assemble Willys Jeeps, which came to the country as the first ever four-wheel drive off-roader which served the army in many countries, let alone India. The Willys platform was used until the late 80s, the last being the MM550DP, meaning they had diesel Peugeot engines. Jeeps with the Willys styling was used well into the 2000s in various tea estates and plantations, just owing to its iconic looks, which later was inherited by the Thar. The first multi-seat utility vehicle, the Armada, was launched in 1993. This brought in the change in attitude that Mahindra can do more than just standard stuff. This was their foray into upmarket segments, edging into vehicles for the urban sector. The year 2000 saw a popular multi-seat utility vehicle from the brand, the Bolero, and it remained to be the highest-selling SUV 10 years in a row. The simplicity and utility of the vehicle made it a hit. The Bolero continues to be a preferred choice for the law enforcement in our country. Next up, 2002. This was the year the Scorpio was launched, and it was the first one for the global market. Scorpio was the big shift, the first legit SUV from Mahindra. Mahindra brought in luxury, performance, design and power on the table, and this set the company on the path of future growth where it stands today. 2010 saw the Thar being introduced to the Indian market, the most popular 4x4 to compete with the legendary Maruti Suzuki Gypsy, and made a distinct mark due to its iconic looks and the Willys nostalgia it brought with it. The Thar has been re-released in 4x4 and two-wheel drive versions and remains to be a niche. By 2011, Mahindra had established itself as an exclusive SUV brand, and to keep that flag flying higher came another popular SUV, the XUV 500. The go-to SUV during its time, which had it all, the XUV 500 marked a growth, resulting in a stronger hold into the global market share for the company. Now, some special mentions about Mahindra & Mahindra. They happen to be the largest producers of tractors in the world by volume. Just imagine. Mahindra also got into manufacturing two-wheelers after they acquired Kinetic in the year 2008. They also acquired the electric car company Riva in 2010 and gave the country the E20, which paved the way for the XUV 400 in the future. Talk about influencing the electric bandwagon? That was pretty early into the game. Acquisition list of Mahindra is huge, including the Korean SsangYong, which they later sold off, French Peugeot motorcycles, and a huge list of agrotech companies. Pininfarina, the famous Italian design firm which specializes in sustainable hypercars, is also owned by Mahindra & Mahindra. Being at the top of the ladder in the SUV game, Mahindra is the only indigenous company which gives stiff competition to the likes of Maruti Suzuki and Tata in India, and boasts of producing one of the finest SUVs in the country. So that was our bit on Mahindra & Mahindra and their influential vehicles which shaped the picture of automobiles in the country. So hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel of OD Mag and follow us on Instagram. I'll see you next week.